What's going on, YouTube? We're back, the Champ Geo vlog. It's about a week that's passed since the last time we took the pups on a trip. So my new thing, what I'm trying to do is every weekend, weather permitting, I'm trying to get them on a trail or somewhere where they can get in at least 5 miles. That's the goal. 5 miles on the trail somewhere. Let them run around, be dogs. That's the best part of dog ownership to me, is seeing the dogs out on the trails, out hiking, just using their senses, sniffing things, just being dogs, just watching them interact with each other, interact with nature, do what they do, just use all the canine senses. That's great to me. I love seeing them do that. So we're gonna take them on this place called Blydenburg and Hauppauge. This is where I used to take Buns all the time when he was a baby. We moved away from that area like 3 years ago, so we haven't been back there in a while. So I'm sure Buns is gonna be excited to visit his old stomping grounds. And yeah, so we're gonna get on this hike. So after the trail, after they get in the 5 miles, we're taking them to get a bath. Yes, bath time. So after the trails, we like to get them nice and clean, especially Buns with all the environmental allergies he has. It's good to just get all that stuff off his paws, off his coat, off his skin, off his body. Just try to do as much preventative maintenance as possible. So Buns is not too big of a fan of the bath, so shh, we'll keep that under wraps until after the trail. A little setup, a little fun before before the bath. So we'll get into that. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. It all helps us. It all helps sincere. We appreciate your support. Champ Geo vlog. We're out. So we're out here at Blydenburg Park. It's nostalgic being out here. This is the first park I took Buns to when he was a baby. And he used to go to the dog park here all the time before we moved. He loved this place. This is his own stomping grounds. He loved running the trails, the dog park, everything. He hasn't been here in about, since we got Sincere, so 3 years now. So it's been about 3 years since he's been back here. He's just loving it. This is Sincere's first time here. He's having a blast. The river, the lake. It's just great out here. Like I said, best part about being a dog owner is seeing them out here in their natural habitat, in their element, sniffing, running around, got their head to the ground, taking in all the smells like they're tracking something. I just love watching them just do what they do, just be a dog. If you got a dog out there, take your dog out to a place where they can just be a dog. It's nothing better than that. now it is the moment you've all been waiting for, and the moment my man Buns has been dreading. Bath time. We got the Burt's Bees Puppy Tearless Shampoo. And we also have the Warren London Magic White Shampoo, which is specifically designed to get the white fur on your pup super clean, super white. Typically, I have another shampoo specifically for Buns, and I use it on Sincere too. It's called Butler PhytoVet CK Antiseptic Shampoo for dogs, cats, and horses. It's an antibacterial, antifungal, and antimicrobacterial shampoo for your dog. It really helps Buns out, keeps that itch, keep those allergies under control. And I will put the link in the description for the 2 shampoos I have here and the 1 antiseptic shampoo I just mentioned. So our favorite place to take the pups for the self-wash is the Pet Value. In our area, it's really nice, it's really clean, the tubs are in great condition, the staff is friendly, they love Buns, they love Sincere, and they have a point system which lets you build up and get points toward free washes, so we definitely take advantage of that. Alright, I finally got the temperature adjusted, not too hot, not too cold, and that's the first thing you want to do. Rinse your dog off, get the coat nice and wet, nice and hydrated so it's ready to receive the soap. My man's sitting there nice and stoic. You can see Buns getting washed as well. Buns is looking for the beef liver treats they got there in the bags. So after you feel your pup is rinsed enough, you take your shampoo, lather it up in your hands, and then you apply it to the coat. You really want to massage that soap into your dog's skin so it can penetrate the coat level, get down through the fur, and really make contact with the skin, get that nice and clean. Buns, for example, has a lot thicker coat than Sincere, so you have to massage it more to make sure that you're bypassing and getting through that coat and really hitting the skin. Now here we get Sincere's chest. Make sure we're just giving his body a full coverage, full coating of that soap. Get the back of his neck. You can see when he hunches his head down like that, it feels good, like a little massage for him. Get underneath that jaw. Right here, what you see me doing, reaching down, is getting his tail. I always like to get his tail, the base of his tail, right by his butt. So I went and got some more soap so I can hit his paws. Getting your dog's paws clean is super, super important. The dog's paws come into contact with everything, especially if you've just been on the trail. They've been stepping in dirt and mud and leaves and all sorts of roughage. And it's super important for a dog like Buns with a lot of environmental allergies. He steps in anything, the wrong thing, it could flare his allergies up, and we do not want that. So you want to spend a lot of time and spend individual time on all of the 4 paws. As you can see here, we're getting his back paws now. And I'm really spending a lot of time scrubbing the paws. Like I said, it's super important. So now it's time to get the underside of your dog. Again, the underside of your dog comes into contact with a lot of things in the environment. You know, they lay down all the time on their stomachs when they go to sleep, or they're just chilling, or they could be in the field running around. It could be dirty, so you really want to make sure that underside is clean. Again, going back to a dog like Buns, who's super sensitive to things in the environment, if he lays down in the wrong thing, can make him itchy. So you really want to make sure that underside is nice and clean. So now what you're about to see me do here is change the hose head setting from shower to mist, and I do this to get his face. Instead of just spraying the hose directly on his face, which he doesn't typically like too much, I change it to mist and I go in at his face like that. And sometimes what you see me do is you'll see me just spray the mist in my hand and then take the water and then rub it over his head. Now it's time to shampoo the head up. Gotta make sure that handsome face is sparkly clean. Get the cheeks, the top of the skull, everything. Underside of the jaw. Get it all. Make sure it's nice and fresh. Then give him a little head scratch. Let him know he's being a good boy. And after you feel like you've got your dog nice and shampooed, applied a nice coat of shampoo to him, it's time to give him a nice rinse. Rinsing is just as important as applying the shampoo. If you don't rinse the shampoo off your dog properly, it can dry and give them itchy skin. So you want to really make sure that you rinse them nice and thoroughly. So now that I rinsed them off, got that first coat of shampoo off of them, I'm applying the whitening shampoo to him. I know the whitening shampoo is specifically for the white fur, but I apply it to his whole body. It smells great, it smells like cherries, and I really like his whole body smelling like it. And I have a scrubber here in between my fingers. I don't think you can really see it, but I'm using like this scrubber, and it really helps the soap penetrate the coat, really penetrate the fur, and get down underneath to the skin. The bath really shouldn't be a rush process. You know, you want to take your time. You want to get your pup nice and clean. That's why you want to work on this from the time you get your pup. So he's calm in the bath, so he's stress free, so he's just relaxing while you do what you do, so you make sure his coat is nice and clean. And a clean coat goes towards an overall healthy dog, so this is beneficial all the way around. So now I come back to his paws with the whitening soap. Like I said, you want to spend individual time on the paws. Now Sincere's paws actually have white on them, so that's another reason I'm doing this, but I'm also doing it again for the reasons we stated earlier in the video. Now we're coming back in with the whitening soap, hitting that trademarked Champ Geo chest. That chest has the white fur on it, so we want to make sure that's nice and clean, so that chest spread looks as good as possible. So now that we've hit his body with a coat of the whitening soap, same thing. Time to give him a nice thorough rinse. Make sure we get all the soap off of him so none of it dries on him and he doesn't get itchy. You really want to make sure you give him a nice thorough rinse. Now it's time to dry him. Take a lot of time to dry your dog. You want to be as thorough as possible. Use as many towels as possible. Get his head, his body, everything. Make sure you pat him dry. Do what you gotta do. Make sure he's nice and dry. You can use the underside method like I'm doing right here. Works great. Another reason I like to get him as dry as possible is because after this I follow up with the blow dryer. Not that he doesn't like it, but it's not his favorite, so I just try to make sure he's super dry beforehand so he doesn't have to spend as much time with the blow dryer as he would if he was still damp or wet. So what we have here is a headband. I use this to wrap around his head to cover his ears when I use the blow dryer. I guess it's the high frequency or the noise of the blow dryer really doesn't like it, so if I wrap his ears and protect his ear canal with this, he's a lot calmer and it's a lot easier to blow dry him with. And also, he just looks super cute with the headband on. I mean, just look at that face. That's gotta be the cutest thing you've ever seen. So now I turn the blow dryer on. I'm gonna start to blow dry his body. Just like the towel, I want to get him as dry as possible. As you can see with the headband on, he's sitting there nice and calm. He's just chilling. You want to be as thorough as possible with this, just like you were with the shampoo, with the rinsing, with the towel drying. You want to get every inch of his body with the blow dryer. And now that the blow drying is over, we take the headband off and I'm gonna hit him with the towel again. Like I said, as dry as possible. I don't want him to leave the tub wet at all if I can help it. That's another great thing about taking your dog to Pet Value and using a self-wash. They keep the self-wash section stocked with towels, and you can use as many as you need to get your dog dry. So now that Sincere is nice and dry, I go in with the Petology After Bath Oatmeal Spray. It smells great and it keeps your dog's coat nice and moisturized. I especially like to use this with buns because the extra moisture, again, helps prevent breakouts. And just like the two shampoos, I'll put the link in the description where you can purchase this. So now that we have the after bath spray on them, we'll brush it in here. Brushing it in just helps give his coat that shine, that luster, that just after bath glow that you look for. It just radiates off of him and it just says I got a clean pup. So now that we've brushed in the oatmeal spray, I'm gonna go in one more time and pat him dry. Like I said, I don't want him to leave the tub wet at all if possible. And now we're all done. The pups are so fresh and so clean. Sincere and Buns always do a great job. If you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Now my boy's out in the world, ready to tackle whatever comes his way. Super fresh and super clean.